So Matthew, I can't believe it's been a month since we had the Specification Management Summit in Austin, Texas. Super excited. A lot of the content is starting to roll out and we're starting to share this with a lot of our attendees and those who couldn't make it. But I wanted to chat with you. What were your highlights from the event?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, it is amazing. It's been a month, but it was an amazing event. I mean, super excited how it turned out. Obviously, we were dealing with a lot of uncontrollable variables, but past all that, it was really good. I think it was really just the theme that specification first approach is really here today. People are really resounding and understanding that that is the criticality of making things different and making amazing products. And so that really pulled through strongly this time, and not from Specright, but really from the attendees of the event.
And I think this event also marked a shift for us. It had formerly been called User Group. We had had it 3 years, and we had kind of shifted it from, turning point, inflection point, and this really felt like the time to really call it what it is, which is Specification Management Summit. It's really the category. We've had so many folks buy in, executives, folks that are on the day-to-day operations side of it. But what did it mean to you for us to do this kind of shift and really lean into that more?
Well, a couple of things. One is we always joke, or you joke, we were out of points, so I had to go to Summit. But it really was about Summit. What was exciting to see was our partners were there. Our partners were in full force. We had Gartner was there. We had many influencers there, Adam Peake, et cetera. And so it's fun to see the whole environment come together and formulate itself that way. Chat with Matt, which we always joke kind of started out of fluke year one, really became a very important, influential part of the event. So I really think it was about everybody coming together and taking kind of the thought leadership position that I did, the product convention that I came up with, and the moat, and really made it something.
Yeah.
And I saw that this year much stronger than I've ever seen it. So it's exciting.
You talked about Chat with Matt, the theme of which this year was why supplier portals are dead and networks are the future. Can you talk a little bit about why you picked that topic and why you think it's so important?
I think the reality of the spec first approach and what we're trying to do is all about the network. It's all about the connective, bringing industrial people together that make products and connecting them through data, and really bringing the technology advancements that we see in our personal lives to the industrial world. I talked about a double life, leading the technology that we get to enjoy in our consumer, and yet the experience in industrial is so far an archaic. And what drives that is connectivity. Connectivity is built off a network. And sometimes when you talk about suppliers and the relationship with suppliers, which I don't even like that topic, but really the connectivity of companies, people automatically go to portals. Portals are old technology, it's dead technology, it's bad technology. And so I really wanted to hit that hard. That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah. Absolutely. And for those of you listening, you did open up the beta for Network at the event and are encouraging folks who are using Specright today or folks who are considering it to reach out to us so they can explore. The idea is you get on the network and you're able to instantly share specs out on Specright instead of like a portal having to go into someone else's environment and upload your data. You're simply hitting share, and that data is automatically transferred. So we're super excited about that. We got a lot of great feedback from customers. So,
we already had some great betas in the works, which are really influential companies. So I'm excited about where we're going to head with this. And it's going to be good for all, for all companies involved, good for partners that were there. Yeah,
I think another theme that was very evident to me was sustainability. We had Triac there to talk about the Compass integration to enable companies to take data in Specright and run an LCA. We also had TOPS there as well, talking about the integration with Specright to do better load and pallet optimization, which obviously has a sustainability impact. Can you talk about the importance of partners in the specification management ecosystem?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many people trying to accomplish great things through sustainability, and Gartner put out a good report of how many of those will achieve those things in the time periods they thought they were, which is very low. And the reality is there's got to be a lot of people coming together to make this happen. And so there's some good point solutions or tools or realization tools that are better enabled by specification data such as ours. And so that's where partnerships make all the sense in the world, whether it's with Triac or other companies, to really visualize and make it actionable. And so TOPS is absolutely right. If you want to really impact your carbon footprint, you get more into transit, right? And so all this has to come together. Not one company or one solution can do it by themselves.
I think one thing that was really special for me to see is when we took a look at the people presenting at Summit this year, there were quite a few executives. You know, we had Tony Costa, who's the CIO of Bumblebee, talk about why data is the new corporate currency, why they view specifications as the foundation for that. We had Paul Gray from Central Garden and Pet talk about how specs are not just integral for quality, but for driving new product development, for driving procurement. And so it really felt like this year the conversations leveled up.
Yep.
To be not just what are people doing who are packaging engineers or product development professionals, but how and why specifications are key to executive strategy and corporate goals. How does that make you feel? Because you've been on this journey for a few years now.
Well, and even behind the scenes, we kicked off our executive advisory board, right? We'd have an amazing customer advisory board talking about product and application of product, but really an executive advisory board guiding the company's vision, right? And these are some of the most forefront companies that we all know out there today are sitting in and participating in, because they all get that the challenges that are ahead of us that need to be solved, and are really difficult challenges if you don't do it right. And so excited to see everybody really coming together to understanding the spec first approach. Spec management is the way that you can make these things happen.
Absolutely. And we're excited, if you are interested in learning more, all the presentations were recorded. They are live on Specright.com. If you go under Learn, you can hit Specification Management Summit and get access to all the keynote presentations and technology presentations. There's some phenomenal content. And I want to give one last thank you to everyone who came, the speakers, the Specright staff. It was such an amazing event, and it was made possible by everyone involved.
Yeah, and I think a couple of things. One is just, and the bar was higher, right? I mean, with the environment around us, it was even more challenging, and so really do appreciate those that leaned in and came and participated. High participation, as you mentioned. And I think it would be disingenuous to skip the fact that we had amazing entertainment at Antone's. We had a great band that you brought about. And it's just part of the culture. Hey, we got to work hard, and we also got to enjoy each other in doing this. So
absolutely.
It was a great event all around.
Yeah, we're already looking forward to next year.
Yep.
And we should have some details on that shortly.
Yep, no, excited. Next year's going to be, with hopefully the barriers lower, and we're going to have a blowout event that's going to be good for all.
Well, thanks for tuning in, and if you came to the event, please drop a comment and let us know what you loved most and what you're most excited about next year. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.